Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hi,
Welcome,
everybody.
everybody. I am Sun Psychic Jean. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. And it is Happy Friday. I'd like to introduce you to Terry Lee, Pure Visionary Psychic Medium. Hi, Terry Lee. How are you?
Hi, I'm so excited to be with you ladies. I always look forward to it. And it's Friday to boot. And a holiday Friday I just learned. So hey,
That's right. And
awesome.
I'd like to also introduce Terry Suzuki, Kigaru Spiritual Journeys. Hi, Terry Suzuki. How are you?
I'm fine.
She's
I'm
on
gonna,
location.
yes, I'm going to be doing this from my phone, so it's going to be a little wiggly.
Well, thank you very much for making such an effort to be here tonight. We really love having you here. I'd like to say hello to some of the people in the chat. Hello, Juno and Lark and Butterfly Kisses, Gina M, and I believe we have a newcomer, and that's Tyler. Hi, Tyler. Thanks for joining us. And Tyler says he's new. Um, and Pierrette is here. Carolyn Adams is here. And we all welcome. We are so glad that you guys are all here with us tonight. So, what I'd like to do is we're going to be taking questions as we go, sort of like a spontaneous type of question as I see them. This way, all throughout the show, you can submit your questions. Now, I may not be able to get to each and every question, but it sort of comes up organically and it allows some people who may be in a little bit later to ask their question as well. So, Terry Lee, how are you doing and what's new with you?
I am most excellent. Um, Enjoying the fall colors here. They're coming in and nice warm weather right before the show. I grabbed a fresh nectarine from one of the local farms and went out and sat on my patio and just experienced just the quietness and the beauty of the trees turning and the birds singing. And it was amazing. It's funny. Sometimes you can take just maybe 5, maybe 10 minutes, but because you just let go of everything and you just feel what's around you, it felt like I had been there for a half hour. So,
Oh,
really enjoying all the wonderful things of the season. And as I was telling Jean, my golden retriever Jax has fathered 8 healthy pups, and they are
Yay.
now turning 4 weeks old. So tomorrow we are going to pick out Jax's little buddy, who's going to be coming home with us in November. So we're really excited about that, and looking forward to having a home full of love and activity and who knows what. But a pup can be so much fun. I'm really looking forward to it. So that's
Mhm.
what's going on with me.
excellent. Thank you. Thank you. And Terry Suzuki, what do you have coming up?
I have um something with the Crone Zone in November.
Very
Uh, we're
nice.
we're going to do Tales, but on October 30th, I'm going to be on Dr. Gail's channel, Skywalking with Moon, and I'm
Oh,
going to tell my alien story and show
Oh, I
pictures.
love it.
You know, and anytime I encounter something spiritual and interesting, I try to draw it. I'm not like a super artist or anything, but I just do my best so that maybe I can get it out of my head and into other people's heads, I guess. So,
that sounds very exciting. I'll be watching for that for sure. So I just would like to say hello to Deb H. Purple Elephant. Ivana Intuitive is here. Ron Unconditional is here. Hi, Ron. We love
Oh,
you.
fun.
And T
So,
Barb is here. And Lark, I'm not sure if I mentioned you. Okay, so we are ready to get started. And if the moderators wouldn't mind just reminding everybody, they're available to pop in their questions at any time. We're just going to be taking questions as they come in tonight. Seems to, and we have also Facebook people with us. Welcome, Facebook, and I can see your comments. Tamara Jane, I can see your comment, and I also have, sorry guys, I also have a newcomer, Um, hmm. Sorry. There's a couple of you here, so I don't want to go back, and that's why I wanted to do it this way, so I don't have to keep scrolling back and forth, and I can just focus on the questions. So Tyler would like to know if should I make a channel sometime soon or later after I finish my project. Hi, Tyler. Thanks for coming. So honestly, what I'm getting is it's they're just asking me to express the my experience with you, and there are so many details that come into starting a YouTube channel, and you really do learn as you go that it's worth starting while you're still finishing your project, just to get your foot in the door, just to get it used to using the software and get used to presenting stuff on YouTube as well. So hopefully that's what you meant by make a channel. I'm pretty sure you meant the YouTube channel. But I would encourage you to start and just begin where you are and get familiar with it.
Well, I'm going to say I got the very same message, and I had to kind of double check, thinking, is that just you and your experience, Terry? But they're making me remember that for a reason. And Jean is totally correct. There's a lot of little teeny things that go on when you make a channel, and so it's easier to go ahead and do it and to just have it there. And as you're finishing your project, when you need something else to distract you, go over and play with it a little bit. I would also say the most important thing if you're doing YouTube is to make sure that it's based on the Gmail address that you want it to be. Sometimes that old Gmail had the pages, the Google pages. So that happened to me where it grabbed that address when I made it, unbeknownst to me, and that address doesn't really exist anymore. So it was really difficult to go live and to do that. So there's a lot of little things, and they're just reminding me that that you should go ahead and do it. Use it to distract yourself when you need a little distraction from your project.
It's good
All right.
advice.
I love starting out the night with a reading like this because the first thing I heard was go. And then like you, I'm like, okay, okay. So I drew some cards, and the cards have verified everything that we just said. The first card was the Hierophant. Okay. Commitment. This is commitment. If you're asking about doing something, this is the commitment. The Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles is a yes card. And I don't know, you can see right here, a yes card. So I'm going with that with her. And that also means, prosperity and perhaps maybe some money in the future. And then the beautiful Page of Pentacles. Look at that.
There you go.
There you go. That's another yes card. And that is good news and good prospects. So thank you, Tyler. That was just a really strong message for you.
Thank you for your question, Tyler. Yeah, I also got that was the beginning of a prosperous project.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So we have Tasty Melon. Tasty Melon would like to know, does Grandma Christine have a message
Okay.
for Tasty Melon? Grandma Christine, it seems very young at heart. I was looking for an elderly woman, but she seems very young at heart. She may have lived to an older age, but she wore hip clothes and had her hair done, and she just seemed to be very young at heart. And she was in that generation of working. She seems to be very motivated and have a lot of projects, and um, really didn't like to sit idle very long. What is your message for Tasty Melon? You're not going to like this, Tasty Melon. She says, "Get up off the couch and do stuff. Do enjoy your life. Create your happiness. Create um, uh, she's saying be creative, like create she's showing me like arts and crafts or jack-o'-lanterns or painting the bathroom, or make things, create things. And she says she knows that you're tired, but the more you pour that sort of like stale energy into a creative project, the more revitalized you'll feel and the more fulfilled you'll feel." Wow, that's a message for me too. Wow, nice, Christine. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Jean,
And
that was wild when you said that, because I was about to just say, did she pass while she was young? Because that's what I felt too, that she just had this really youthful energy, a real strong personality. Her personality was defined, I feel like, in her joy and her love and who she was. And the message that I got for you while Jean was reading was that you have so much more inside of you that you have ever dreamed. Give it a spark. Give it a spark of your intention. Give it a spark of your intention, and it will be shown to you which way to go. But I could just really feel her saying, "Oh, this girl's got so much. She's got so much to give and do and be." So good luck with that. She seems like a
And
wonderful grandma.
yeah, well, meanwhile you were reading, I got a message too. I mean, she was on the stage, but she really wasn't showing herself. It's like I could sense there's a spirit there. But what she showed me, and there's a risk of overinterpretation here, but she suddenly in her hand grew a mushroom.
Cool.
And so this mushroom grew, and I think there's two messages here. I feel like she's trying to tell me that she wants you to eat more organically, to choose organic over non. Now I know that's expensive, but I think she wants your vegetables to be a little bit more organic. The other thing she could be saying here is that she wants you to kind of go back to your roots, go out, do some grounding, go out and be part of, enjoy nature, um, put your feet in the dirt a little bit, do a little grounding. So there's something there about this mushroom that is both organic and grounding. So
beautiful.
That
That's
is
beautiful.
beautiful.
Well, Tasty Mellon said yes, she always shows up as very young. And she also mentioned that she was always doing something. Let me see if there's something else. She said it makes a lot of sense. Thank you very much for your feedback, Tasty Melon. That really helps. So
Great.
she
That's great.
says, "Oh, damn, I was thinking about trying magic mushrooms."
When you were talking about that, Terry, I was thinking, is she talking about magic mushrooms?
well,
Because
she might be.
might be,
It's not up to just my interpretation.
you
It's up
know.
to Tasty Melon's interpretation too. So
Well,
whatever.
I do know, and I will say that microdosing has been proven to improve and help people with certain conditions. So perhaps that's something that's going to help you and make you feel more energetic. And yeah, look into that.
Wow.
Grandma
Wow.
says.
I love these. I love these. Thank you very much, Tasty Melon, for your question. I appreciate that. Let me see. Hi, everybody. Hi, Crone Zone, Heather. I have
Hey.
some people from Facebook here. Let me see if I can
Can
find
I
you
give a
now.
quick plug to the Crone Zone because I forgot to do it earlier that I will be on the Crone Zone on October 14th. So thank you very much, ladies. I can't wait to join you.
So I have Forever here, and she said her boyfriend right next to her is wondering if any past loved ones has a message. If you don't mind, if you would put in a relationship, like my brother Bill or my grandfather Bob, or and have your boyfriend let us know his name. Say, "Hi, I'm Michael. I'd like to know, get a message from my sister Jane," or whatever it might be.
Yeah, that would be very helpful.
That's very helpful.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I have Lark here, and he wants to know, how can I assist a friend of mine, Steve? I know in the past we've had lives together. One I know as a Viking, and I know he's definitely tired. He is definitely tired into our change on Michael. Tied in, maybe he meant to say, tied into our change on Michael.
Michael.
I'm not exactly sure, Lark. How can you assist a friend? So maybe perhaps would you like to ask for a little bit of insight about what's the connection between you and your friend Steve? Let us know, because I think the clarification on that is would be helpful. Okay, so I have Rose Robinson. Hi, Rose. Thanks. She's joining us from Facebook. Thank you very much. And she would like a general reading. May I have a reading, please? Okay. Let's see what we can. So, Rose, what I usually do is just ask your spirit guides for what is most important for you to learn about today. I'm getting diamonds, and I'm getting diamonds in a faceted way, and it's almost showing me like sacred geometry, but is it? They're only showing me like the little diamond facets on the diamond. So, and I'm not sure if you do anything with crystals or if you do anything with 3D, like building structures. But right away, that's the first thing I picked up. Let me just see what that means. And girls, feel free to jump in if you have anything.
Well, the first thing I heard was health. So it hasn't really coagulated yet, but I'm feeling like there's a message for you about your health. I think it's more in the sense of, and now I'm saying, point to Terry's comment about healthy vegetables and fruits, that health needs to be a priority for you. And I'm hearing we're watching over your health. You need to help us help you. Make your health a priority. You'll feel better and stronger, and you'll be able to achieve more. That's what I got.
So on my stage, I immediately see a grizzly bear. And the grizzly bear kind of comes onto the stage, is kind of pacing back and forth. So I believe this is your spirit animal. And I get of course, a grizzly bear would be very protective. That's part of it. But I'm getting the strong sense that this grizzly bear is saying that I help you with spiritual protection. And I believe that while you address some of the health things that Terri's talking about, that you maybe need a little extra spiritual protection right now. And so that the grizzly bear is just letting me know that they are there in the background protecting you now. And let me see, I'm going to ask Grizzly Bear, can you give Rose a message. What is the message that you want her to? They said Rose is loved with a fierceness. It's a fierce love for her. And I will be there to protect her. She should know that she's not only just loved completely, she's loved fiercely. And whenever she's feeling bad, she should think about that. Think about that on the other side with her, even on this side, just that little teeny thin veil that we can't really see. She's fiercely loved and defended.
Beautiful.
Okay. Very good. Thank you very much. I will, let's go to the next question. And I thank you for whoever told me that. Samantha, I appreciate that message. Looks like we have a little bit of a troll, so I'm just going to have to
Oh,
take that out.
Okay.
Hopefully that will do it. Okay. So let me just refresh here. All right. Sorry about that, guys. So hopefully that will have taken care of the problem. And who do I have next? Let me see. So I don't know if Karen Accavetti, I don't think she's still here because I had to turn that off. I believe I had to turn it off. Hopefully, oh, there's one of them went. Sorry, guys.
All right. I was just going to tell you that my phone is losing batteries. I have it plugged in, but if I go, I will have to go. I won't come back.
oh no.
I understand. That's okay.
Well, I'll
All
fill in for
right.
a little time while Jean's busy and tell you a little story. I wanted to tell you girls about it today. Somebody mentioned a Viking lifetime, which reminded me to tell the story. But yeah, I've been told that we have a Viking background in our family, and I always thought that was kind of interesting. And as I went to see my doctor for a checkup, I have a bump. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's right there. It's a good solid bump right there on my finger. And I said, well, what is that? And he goes, well, it's called Jupiter syndrome. And, you can massage it, but it does affect your fingers and your function, of your hand, but it's not anything too serious. So I thought, well, okay, whatever, as you get old, you just think, whatever, something else. Okay. But then today I was changing YouTube channels. I had been listening to Kelly's show earlier, and as I changed, there was a show saying signs that you have a Viking ancestry, and I was like, "Oh, well, that sounds fascinating. I'll pop into that," because it wasn't very long. And guess what? One of the signs was the Jupiter bump in your hand, and I was like, "That is wild." Really wild. Now I know that, just because your ancestors or this particular body that I'm in right now has the ancestry of the Vikings and the Norwegians and the Danish and all of that, but it it does pique your curiosity about past lives that you've had. And by the way, I'm reading with Robert. I hope I pronounce his last name right, and I don't butcher it. Brunies, the past life, the Akashic
Brunches.
records. We say
Bob Brunges.
Brunges. Okay,
Mhm.
great. So I'll have
Cool.
something to tell you all after that. I'm sure. I'm very much looking forward to that.
Excellent. Okay, looks like we're good, guys. Looks like we're good. Thank you very much for that. Hi, Earth Angel is here. Holly Deshane is here. Sharon Sipe, thank you for everything you do. Dave and Butterfly Kisses. Sorry about that, and I appreciate somebody letting me know that we had a little bit of a troll. Wasn't too extreme, but I had it Shut off. Okay, so we have our next question, and we have Carolyn Adams. Hi, Carolyn. Thanks for sending us your question. She said, my niece Carolyn gets married next week. Any messages for her from the family in spirit? Wow, you have a beautiful niece named after you. That's lovely. So what I'm hearing right away is, Carolyn, that they're wanting her to know that it's a sacred union, that it is of the utmost importance to be kind to one another, that it's almost you and I against the world. They need to build an alliance and keep that alliance sacred, almost that saying where they say, don't ever go to sleep angry at one another. It's really very important. I'm getting the chills. So it's very important that they are very kind to one another and that they support each other. As soon as you step outside of your home, the world is is challenging. So in order for them to create a home together and have that sacredness that they can both feel safe and secure and know that there will always be kindness. Guys?
Well, I'm just getting that her relatives over there, they're very excited about this, and they're like preparing for a party. Um, and it's like they're just going to be celebrating this a lot, and that they're going to be with you there in spirit as they're doing it. And I just noticed that this party that they're preparing for, there's a lot of flowers, and it's all kind of dusty peach and dusty beige and dusty sage colors, just very organic looking, very salt to the earth, but they're very excited about this. And do you have a message? Is there a direct message for this? You know what? I'm just going to go with what Jean said, because I feel that that is the message that they're saying. They're putting so many hopes and dreams in this alliance that definitely spiritually guided, definitely exciting to them. They, of course, on the other side, they love any time that they can enhance love. So it's really, they're very excited about love going through love, the family line potentially expanding. So that's what they're excited about that.
Very nice. Thank you, Terry.
Well, sometimes as a reader, you get someone to step forward, and this is one of those times when I feel like it's really important to say it. I'm feeling a young man. I don't know his relationship. He could be a cousin, a brother, or a close friend. And I'm not able to quite get that relationship as of yet. He's got really sparkly eyes and a great smile. And he's saying that he's so incredibly happy for you and that you're on the right path. You're headed in the right direction. The joy that he feels for you is immense. And know that he will be enjoying seeing you experience the beautiful days of life that are ahead for you. Ooh, wow, that last part came out fast. I tried to get his relationship, and maybe you can help me out, but I couldn't.
It may be related to the new husband.
Well, this no, he's either a really super close friend or a relative, like a cousin, or maybe even a brother. I'm not sure, but I felt a really tight bond. Um,
Wow.
and it was important. He wouldn't let. I was going to pass it by because I didn't know, and then he's like, "No, no, no."
She says, I know who that is, Terri,
Oh,
her first boyfriend who died.
oh, there it is.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, but thank you,
Wow.
Carolyn. Oh, mm, wow, that's really sweet. Well, he really, really wanted to get that message through. So I hope that gives you all peace and joy.
Wow. That is amazing. All right. So thank you very much for that, Carolyn. And thanks for the quick validation as well. So we have Sarah B. Hi, Sarah B. She says, tuning in from the UK. Love to
Hey,
hear some guidance or messages from her Nan. So if you would, Sarah B., put in your Nan's first name, that would be really helpful. But we can get started on your Nan for Sarah B. Her name is Anne. Thank you, Sarah B. So a message from her grandmother, Anne. Right away, I'd have to say she's a little quiet. She's very polite. She's not very pushy. She's just sort of like sending love, but very quiet, very gentle, and very proper, and doesn't want to spill the tea, doesn't want to bother anybody. Very, very polite, very gentle, very conscientious, very adorable, adorable, lovable type of spirit. That's what I'm getting. I'm not really getting a message other than that she's flattered. How about you girls?
Well, right away, I got um, a, 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 a feeling of home on the stage. I kind of smelt baking bread and just a wholesomeness, a real loving wholesomeness from her. Um, and so, Grandma Ann, can you give us a direct message for your granddaughter? She says, take care of yourself. From her direction, she's going to keep surrounding you with love and that wholesome feeling. I don't know why that baking bread or any sort of like cake baking or bread baking just makes me always think wholesome, but it does. And so she's just going to keep surrounding you with that wholesomeness. She's showing me an apron suddenly, and one that kind of ties around the waist, and she's flapping it and then tying it around. And what does that mean? Is there a message in that? I'm not quite sure what the message is, other than maybe she's saying, go ahead and put your apron on and get to work. So
She said she's been making banana bread recently.
yeah. Okay. 'Cause I've
her
been
Sarah,
wondering, what does with all the aprons
Oh,
and bread and anyway, so she's there with you, helping you make that.
um, I immediately saw like a very, she's not, I want to say petite. She's petite with a little kind of a, kind of a wink and a nod, like Jean says, not outwardly feisty, but in sort of a quiet little way. She's got a really great sense of humor. At least that's what I'm feeling. So what I was seeing her in the kitchen, by the way, she was in the kitchen and she was looking up and just and smiling at me. And when I asked what the message was, she just kept saying, "She's so beautiful. She's so beautiful. She's such a joy."
Aw.
And the journey ahead is going to have some challenges, but you've got everything you need to get by. She's got some kind of saying that's coming through. It's, hold on just a second. Go for the gusto. Live your life. Enjoy. Don't worry. Everything's going to be fine. Go for the gusto.
That's lovely. That's really lovely. And I kind of
Oh,
felt like she wanted you to know or wanted to reassure you that everything that she uh, created and went through in this lifetime is now yours, is now your strength, your knowledge, yours to draw on, your experience to draw on, and that she's giving it to you to use at any time that you need it. And she wants you to rely on her anytime that you need her as well. That was really lovely. Thank you, Sarah B. She's just
nice.
such a lovely spirit, really very,
Sweet.
very polite and really sweet, very sweet.
Mhm.
So thank you. And next, I see that we have Gina M. She says, "Can I have a message from my mom, Marie? She is favor of me reaching out to my dad. Oh, is she in favor of me who Is she in favor of me reaching out to my dad who is still alive? She would like a message from her mom, Marie." Thank you, Gina M. And thank you for all you do. I appreciate that. I'm telling you, these moderators are really stepping it up. They're beautiful and absolutely, they tug at my heart, the beautiful things that they say on these chats. I really, really appreciate everything that you do. She says, "Do what makes you happy." It's nothing that she wants or doesn't want. She's like, "Pay him no mind." She's like, "If he rolls around, he rolls around. If he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't." She's like, "Don't waste a minute of your happiness worrying about something like this." She said that it's not up to her, it's up to you. It's about your happiness. If you feel as though this is something that'll make you happy, go for it. But she's like, "Pay him no mind." Oh, like don't even don't even give it a second thought. She's not worried about it.
And I distinctly heard, so I had a knowing that sounded like she said, um, enough water's gone under the bridge. Just go for it. But she also felt just like what Jean said. Don't if things don't go well, just let it alone. But enough water's gone under the bridge that you could now approach.
I felt the same way. I feel a real joy from her and a love for you. And she wants you to understand that the choices you make are yours alone, and that you have intuition and guidance from your higher self to let you know how to proceed, and that yes, it's going to be fine. but watch your expectations. That's what she said. Watch your expectations. So,
Wow, that's powerful. That is powerful.
Mhm.
Good advice. Good advice. Thank you, Gina M, for your
yeah.
question. That was a little different, wasn't it? Let me see. Wow, everybody is aw. Thank you. And Forever is here. Um, so hi Forever. Thanks for coming. In case you didn't see it, I'm Chris, and I would like to hear from my grandma Elizabeth or Uncle Herbert. All right. Thanks for joining us, Forever. And yeah, let's see. I love those purple hearts. They really just pop up here.
And her name is Chris, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It. Yeah, it could be him or her, but it's
Okay.
Chris. I'm not sure if you can tell the difference. But if you can let us know, Chris, if you're Christine or Christopher. And I see Stouffer is in the chat too. Hi, Stouffer. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Stouffer.
Okay, so Grandma Elizabeth. Go ahead, Terry Lee. Do you have something?
Sometimes you get something and it's just like, okay, you just got to blurt it out. But Uncle Herbert, um, I immediately saw someone that looked to me like Milton Berle. Like he had a real wry way about him, and he's stepping forward, like to me, and he's saying, and I'm here, and I'm here. And I haven't quite got the message yet, but I'm pretty sure it's got to be Uncle Herbert or some other male influence in your life. So let us know about that. He's definitely got that stylish kind of 40s, 50s look to him, dark hair, kind of thin. Um, okay, I'm just going to see what he has to say now. Ladies, go ahead if you.
So I'm getting Grandma Elizabeth, but so I started like with this looking at my stage, and then suddenly realized I had to look up and up and up and up and up. She's not on my stage. She's way up in the heavens. And I am seeing her with angel wings. She's very angelic. She's very, and the wings make me think almost more like a fairy. You know, they're not like full feathery wings. Okay, so Grandma Elizabeth, what's going on? What are you doing up there? She says that she is working on her next project. It seems to me she's not going back in for another life on Earth. That she is doing some retooling, and she is, I think, I mean, it seems to me that she is kind of working on staying on the other side for a while, kind of starting to join that kind of angelic realm as maybe a greeter. Maybe she's like greeting people when they come over.
Nice.
More, Grandma Elizabeth. She's watching you. In fact, it looks like there's this little deep, deep blue wall, and she's kind of peeking over. In fact, she's making me think about, you know, that little angel cherub picture where the angels kind of got looking over the wall over their thing. She's kind of she's watching you while she's doing her work as well. And she says, feel free to call on me because I'm up here in my wholeness, and parts of me can go do other things while I'm working on my new project.
Nice.
Very interesting. Well, Chris did say his name is Christoph. So just so we know, that's a
Hmm.
little easier. And Terry Lee, did you want to continue?
This this gentleman that's here is reminding me more and more of Milton Berle. He's got a cigar. I don't know if you smoked a cigar or a cigarette, but it looks to me like a cigar. And he's just a very a jolly kind of guy, and he's saying, "You're doing good, kiddo. You're doing good." And he's just he's letting me know through his personality, his love and his joy for you, and that he's rooting for you. I hope this is Uncle Herbert. He's adorable, and he's quite he's a character. I would think that your family would describe him as a character, and I'm just enjoying him so much because I tried to back off to see if that was correct, and he's just like, no, he's right in there, like, nope, this is me. Hi, you're doing good. Uh, there you go.
And Christoph said, yes, he was a smoker too. So, Christoph, I'd like to just go back to Grandma Elizabeth. And what I was getting was, first thing I got was long braids, and it was the type of long braids that grandmothers would wrap on top of their head, almost like back and forth, and sort of bobby pin on top of their head. And so it would be long, small braids, and then she would wrap it around the top of her head. And she showed me herself as a gardener, and she had like a floppy hat and boots on, and she said that she really enjoyed her time here on Gaia, and really got intimate and got really close to Earth. She really enjoyed the intimate relationship that she had with Mother Gaia. And she kind of felt like she had more nourishment by working so close with the Earth. And it was more of a spiritual type of nourishment that she was feeling when she was doing her gardening. And she says, it's important for you to ground as well. It's important not to be afraid of hard work, like hard work out in the garden. And it's very satisfying at the end of the day after completing a task that you are when you're working with Gaia. It's just so beautiful. She's showing me like woods and making sort of like benches or walkways, or sort of using her natural environment around her to develop an environment that was conducive to her needs. And she seemed like a very hard worker. And she said, work honest and keep your head down, and don't let anything distract you. Don't pay attention to any of those distractions. Keep your head down and do your own work, and enjoy it, and have that spiritual connection. Don't let anything take that away from you. So it was interesting. It was really
That's a lovely
interesting.
message. Yeah. And I see that you wanted to know, wanted me to ask why he never stopped smoking, even though he had cancer. And I did. And I'm just going to make sure I got the right spirit here. But this, he's saying it's not like I had a death wish. I lived this life. I had to be me. It wasn't to hurt anyone. I was I was truly who I was in that lifetime. Very like a lot of energy there. I was who I truly was. in that lifetime. And don't worry, don't feel like I wanted to end this lifetime. He says, I lived it and I lived it good. That's what it said. I lived it good. But
Wow. Wow. Interesting.
he's dear. I
Interesting.
really like him a lot. He's just,
Yeah.
what an interesting fellow.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you for doing that, Terry. That's very interesting when you get a connection and you can ask a question.
Yeah,
Um,
he was still there. He was hanging out.
Well, he's
very
a
good.
strong spirit because even I can kind of feel
Okay.
him from your
Yeah,
reading.
yeah. He's got a lot of energy. He really does.
Very good. Very good. So I think Earth Angel had a question. I was just trying to I thought I had it. Let me see. Go over here real quick. So Earth Angel wants to know any messages from her guides or angels or grandma. And then she said her grandma's name is Blanche.
I love
So
that name.
let's see who comes through first. Thank you, Earth Angel, for your question.
Well, I think I have Grandma Blanche here. She's real sassy. She's a strong personality. She's real sassy. She's not. She gave me a message first, and then I'm going back like, come on, give me a little evidence here. Um, and yeah, she's not one to be trifled with. Anyway, the message she has for you, what she brought out onto my stage, was a zebra. And so there's a zebra out there, and she said, I lived my life with too much black and white. That the zebra shows, just the black and the white. There's many shades of gray, and if you look very closely at the coat, you can see the little shades of gray on the edges. But she's saying, don't live your life just too black and white. Because, and then she gets down behind the zebra and she grabs the black stripe. She said, because if you do, you'll be in jail. And the zebra stripes become jail. And I don't think she means you're really going to jail. I don't think she means that. I think she meant spiritually, you'll kind of put yourself in emotional, spiritual jail by just dwelling on the black and white. Try to lift your spirit. Try to take in all the colors of the world, all the colors of spirit. Yes, that's the message.
It's beautiful.
That is beautiful.
Anything, Terry Lee?
Yes, that's interesting how, as I'm looking this up, Terry's talking, and I'm like, wow, that's the same message. That's great. I tuned in and felt I had your guides, and I felt the message come through for them that surprises are in store, new things are around the corner, but it's up to you to manifest, and they're there to help you. And then they instructed me to draw a card. So I did. I do what they say. So I drew from the Sacred Earth oracle, one of my favorites. And I asked the guides to give me the correct card for you, and the card I drew was time. The cards in this deck are so beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. And you see this beautiful light, this creation, and then this other one underneath creating. And look at that. There's a beautiful, is that
Ooh.
That is beautiful.
bird? And then there's a little baby in there. So we're talking about, I'm feeling just from looking at it, and I'm going to read a little bit about what it says because that fits in too. But that magic of manifestation is in all of us. It just needs the spark, it needs the fire, it needs the flame, it needs your intention. And I'm going to read just the paragraph quickly. Bitterness or frustration over plans gone awry, feeling it's too late, that you may have missed out, or that things are not happening quickly enough. Comparisons lead to a sense of failure or lack of joy, pining for youth or lamenting time lost through unwise choices. Set a priority and release yourself from anxiety by weighing up what really will matter in a week, in a year, or in a decade. So I'm thinking that what they're telling you is that many wonderful things are ahead for you. Take the reins, get that spark, and that's the message.
That was really nice. Thank you, Terry.
Yeah,
So, Earth Angel, I was too getting your guides, and I was getting like the divine feminine type of a guide. I don't know exactly who it is or what they represent, but they did want to remind you of your divine, of your own divinity. And they showed me like a crown of gold that you have. It's such an importance in this lifetime, such an importance being here on this earth, and to remember the divinity that's inside of you. Walk around proud, walk around confident, and remember and embody this amazing spirit and divine goddess that is inside of you. It was just so beautiful that they. I felt inspired. I felt uplifted. Oh, that's right. Oh, like, she was very insistent. So you have a divine goddess that is watching over you that is very strong.
beautiful. Love it.
Great. Thank you very much. So let's see. We have, not sure if Herbert family is still here. Herbert family, or I think her name, I don't know if it's Jackie or somebody. Herbert family, are you still here? I was just trying to scroll up. If okay. So Earth Angel is saying sweet. Very
Oh,
nice.
that's
Very nice. And just didn't want to scroll too far. Wanted to make sure. So Herbert family said her sister had passed from COVID before the vaccine was available. I'm so sorry. That is absolutely heart-wrenching. And she wants to know, does she have a message for her? Thank you. I miss her so much. So, Herbert family, can you tell us your sister's name and your name? I think your name was Jackie. Do you guys remember? Do you remember on Monday, Terry?
I don't, I'm sorry. But Jackie does sound right.
Herbert family, we need your name and your sister's name if you're still here. That's kind of why I wanted to see. If not, if somebody else can pop in a question, I'll take that. I don't know if she's still here though. Hmm. That's kind of why I wanted to do it on the fly as they come in, so I
yeah.
wouldn't have to say, "Are you still here?" Because people pop in and out all the time. That's perfectly fine. I just don't want to, you know, read for somebody. Does anybody else have a question that they? Oh, okay. So let's do a little switch if y'all don't mind. And so Dave Maud, hi Dave, thanks for asking your question. And oh, okay, actually Herbert family is still here. So um, let's go with Dave and we'll do Herbert family and that'll be it. Herbert family, would you please put your first name and your sister's first name and we'll do you next. We'll answer your question next. Dave Bald would like to know, could you validate one of my guides? His name is Theodore. He was a musician, a artist, if you have time. Okay.
Well, I'm getting a yes.
Yeah.
And he's kind of floated down to my stage, and I don't think this is the only thing he played, but I think he's a drummer. He was a drummer. But for some reason, he's wearing a white, his head looks like a swami. He's got this wrap on his head. And he's sitting cross-legged, and he kind of floated down with those drums. Theodore, can you tell us more about this presentation? I think when he was, I think, I think that the presentation is just to enhance his spirituality so that you take him seriously. I think that sometimes drummers don't always feel like they are taken the most seriously. He could play some other instruments as well. He says, I got your back.
Very nice. Terry Lee?
Yes, as soon as I reached out and asked if there was a guide present, this name was Theodore. He said, "Please call me Teddy." And I sense that, as you know, some souls that are our guides, their expertise is being in guides, and some of them have had a few lives on Earth, and some of them have had many lives on Earth. And I feel like Theodore has had quite a few lives on Earth and is enjoying being a guide for you right now. And the his musicianship was part of his life. I'm hearing it was his most recent life, and that he is using his creativity that he learned as a musician to work with the energy in your life to okay, it's coming. To work with the flow of energy in your life, like I worked with music when had a life on planet Earth. I'm working with the energy of your life, and this is such a new experience to me. I'm really enjoying it. You are surrounded by so much love. You are creative in and of yourself, and so we are delighted to play with you and to support you.
Very good.
I think that's it.
Okay. So Dave,
Okay.
what I was picking up was that he had so much passion, so much feeling, so much emotion in his music that he really misses this. He really misses the creative and the way he could dig real deep into his soul and find that music and kind of like play his soul music, like the soul that wants to express itself, let it play out on the instrument. And so this is what I'm just feeling, is that he had a lot of deep soul and emotion playing through his music, and to allow this spirit to play the music for you. And what did he say? let the spirit move you. Let the spirit move you.
Ooh.
Yeah. So that's what he was making me feel. I didn't really get any type of name or anything. He said, yes, he gives me lots of drive and perseverance. Okay, very
And
good.
he said yes, he had a recent life in the 50s, and that he visits Dave, and he knows when he is here, he helps me on the guitar.
Oh,
Very
wow. I missed that. I missed that. Okay, there. Oh, okay. I see. Yep. Okay.
yeah.
And yes, recent life 50s. Okay, very good. Thank you for the
Well,
quick response, Dave.
yeah.
We really appreciate it. It was really neat tapping into him.
Mhm.
Lots of information. I mean, lots of emotion, lots of uh, deep passion. I felt it very
Yeah.
deeply. He made me feel, and he misses this. This is what you have as a human, and he's like, missing that feeling and letting you know that how sweet it is if you could just tap into that spot. How sweet it is. It's beautiful. Very nice. Thank you
Yes,
for the
thank you.
question. That was really neat. So let's go back to Jackie is her name, and she said her sister's name is Monique. Monique is her sister, and it's Jackie. And she said she passed to COVID before the vaccine was available. All right. Well, I'm glad that I was able to. And this is our last question, everybody. It's we're a little over an hour, but just want to thank everybody for being here and all the moderators for doing such a beautiful job. All right, Jackie, Monique, Jackie. I'm just hearing that she's sorry. It was so dramatic, that it was such a difficult situation and so traumatic for everybody. She is sharing with me that she's very close to you all the time, sort of like hovers above you and hangs out with you. And she's watching over you, and she's just concerned. She's almost like she's just kind of watching over you from afar. And but she's with you and she's concerned about you. She's not really saying too much. She's saying that she's fine, that she's okay, that she's free now, and you are what everybody is focusing on now. It's important for you to take care of yourself and to um, find the help that you need, and to don't be afraid to ask for help. And like there, she's giving me the idea of puppies, whether or not you get a puppy, or if you visit somebody with a puppy. But that type of medicine is what you need, the medicine that just puppies can give you, that unconditional love, that really just the deepest wound in our souls, that puppy can just really touch and give us something that we can trust and love and open up to. It's almost like you have a little cage over that wound, and this puppy is there just to break down that cage a little bit. Oh my gosh, I can feel you. I can feel you, Jackie. Girls,
Well, I, what she's saying to me, she loves you so much. But she's saying, don't take it on too hard that she died of COVID before the vaccines could come out. She said that was just a coincidence. She said this was one of my off ramps, and I took it. But she said, don't worry. She said, I'm very close to you. She's like, no time will have passed where she's at practically when you're there again with her. You are soul family. You travel together. You're going to be together again. And then as Jean was talking about the puppy, I saw her pouring honey on you, like a very thin, she held it really high and a really thin stream. And it was like this little gash in your chest that hurts so much for your sister that she's dripping honey. She just, this little stream of honey just being poured on that. So she knows you hurt. She wants to heal you. She wants to keep healing towards you. I think puppies are a great idea. Um, but what a lovely, lovely spirit she is.
Mhm.
I can see why you miss her a lot.
Yeah.
Yes. It's very kind, very
Mhm.
tender. The message I'm getting from her is very tender, and she's saying there's a part of you and your higher self. You know, I was one of many who decided to leave at this point. I was one of many who agreed that this is where we would go back home. And I want you to know that I am here to let you feel my love and joy for you, but you must raise your spirits, raise your heart, raise your joy. That's a beautiful place for that puppy to come in, or playful nature, or some way. Think of something that you love and enjoy. And if you start to feel sad, think of something you love and you enjoy, and then communicate, and then communicate, because I'm right here. I'm right here beside you. You're not alone, and you have a beautiful life ahead of you. You have many happy days ahead of you, and I'll be there with you and enjoy them with you until you return.
That's beautiful, Terry. Thank you. So Jackie said she just got a puppy in January.
Oh,
There you go.
That is so beautiful, Jackie. Oh my gosh. That I think that your sister helped to coordinate the whole thing. And it really, really is a beautiful medicine that our, these pups really,
Oh, yeah.
all of our pets really, really do care for us and nurture us and mend our wounds. And that's just so beautiful. Give your puppy an extra hug from all of us because
Yes.
I know that your sister's love is inside that puppy too.
Hmm.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, how lovely.
that was
That is
beautiful.
lovely. So, thank you very much for the quick response, and we're so sorry for your loss. And I know that a couple of people were asking about the questions. We were taking questions randomly tonight, and as they came in, I was picking them up just so that I don't have to spend so much time tracing back or say, "Are you here? Are you here?" And I know that Jackie, I had to do that with you because it was the last one, but it just helps to keep things rolling along if I can just take the next question instead of waiting for somebody to respond. So I was just taking the questions as they were coming in, and it seems to be we get a little bit more questions in, and we're able to look at the responses a little faster, like the validations coming in, and it keeps it a little more conversational. So we're just going to be trying this from time to time. So we're sorry if we didn't get your question or see your question, but we appreciate everybody for being here and for posting your questions. And thank you very much to Terry Suzuki, Kigaru Spiritual Journeys. Your phone held out. You have low battery. You're probably like on one bar.
no.
Little spirit power in there, I think.
Well, also granddaughter power. She happened to come
Oh,
in and plug my phone in.
I love it. I love it.
And thank you, Terri Lee, Pure Visionary Psychic Medium. Thank you for joining us tonight. You rock. I mean, my gosh, that you had that the Carolyn's what is it? Her Carolyn's niece's first boyfriend who passed.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah.
that was just
Amazing.
Always such a great honor to read to
impressive.
people. It's just such an honor, and always a great joy to join you ladies and get that psychic bounce going. I think it was going pretty well today. So thank you
It's
for having me.
you're welcome. And you know, we always ask for a name and a relationship, but you were able to pick that out. She said anybody in our family, and he came through to you, and you paid attention to that instead of saying no, no, no. You paid attention to that and brought in his message. He must have really needed to give her a message, and I hope, Carolyn, that you do
Yes.
pass that along. That was so beautiful,
He was
very
not going to
meaningful.
let me do anything other than deliver that message. I felt that. So yeah.
Wow,
So great.
wow. Well, thank you. Thank you both. And thank you, everybody, again. We'll see you again next time and have a great weekend. Take care, everybody.
Bye.